Namaste Bitya, Hamesha Khush Raho Bitya. A very good morning to you all. Myself, JVN Dr. Ravi Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Practice of Medicine, and Faculty of Homeopathic Science at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In this series of lectures, we are discussing about the various diseases that are related to the adrenal gland. In the last lecture, we have discussed about hyperaldosteronism. I believe you must all have gone through the book and you must have completed the lecture. If you have not done it, then I want to tell you that I will be following the same method, although not that much tricky, but still some mechanism will be followed in order to make you go through the books, because you all are ignoring the books and you are not going through the main textbook. Instead of it, you are only relying on the e-notes that I have provided to you. So following the same pattern, today we are going to discuss about the pheochromocytoma. What is pheochromocytoma? This is in these lectures we have been discussing about the various adrenal gland disorders. So today we are going to discuss about one more tumor of the adrenal gland, that is pheochromocytoma. What is pheochromocytoma? What is the etiopathogenesis, clinical features, investigations, and management? All these things you have to study. But I have not covered all these things in this lecture. So the things that are missing in this particular lecture, you have to go through the book and you have to try to complete those things in order to make the lecture complete. So let's start with pheochromocytoma. What is pheochromocytoma? Pheochromocytoma, it is basically a tumor that is arising from the catecholamine producing chromaffin cells in the adrenal medulla. So what is basically adrenal pheochromocytoma? Pheochromocytoma, it is mainly associated with tumors that are arising from the catecholamine producing chromaffins. I believe you all are aware of the catecholamines that we have discussed in the previous lectures. We have discussed about cortisols, we have discussed about the glucocorticoids, cortisols, we have discussed about mineralocorticoids, aldosterone in the last lecture. And then we have discussed about the catecholamines in the second lecture of the adrenal gland, first or the second lecture of the adrenal gland. So from those, if there is a tumor in the cells of the catecholamine producing chromaffin cells, then it will be responsible for the development of adrenal pheochromocytoma. Now, a catecholamine secreting tumor that arises from the chromaffin cells of the sympathoadrenal system is known as the pheochromocytoma. It is arising from the adrenal medulla. So the most important source for development of the pheochromocytoma is the adrenal medulla. And so that will be known as the primary pheochromocytoma. And if the source is outside the adrenal gland, then it will be known as the secondary pheochromocytoma. And it is usually encountered intra-abdominally. So as we have discussed in the hyperaldosteronism, there was primary hyperaldosteronism that was related to the adrenal itself, and secondary hyperaldosteronism that was related outside the adrenal gland. And now extra-adrenal pheochromocytoma, it is usually encountered intra-abdominally. Now there are various catecholamines. The 90% of the pheochromocytoma are arising from the adrenal medulla, and 10% are arising from the extra-adrenal structures. So what are catecholamines? Catecholamines are basically a group of similar hormones that are released into the bloodstream in response to physical or emotional stress. So normally the catecholamines, these are released from the adrenal gland into the bloodstream in response to physical or the emotional stress. So in order to cope up with the stress, physical or emotional stress, catecholamines are released. But if there is a tumor and there is excessive production of catecholamines, then there will be a lot of adverse effects that will be produced on the body. So today we are going to understand about all those adverse effects that will be seen because of the excessive production of catecholamines. So catecholamines, these are the group of hormones, similar hormones that are released into the bloodstream in response to physical or emotional stress. Now there are dopamine, epinephrine, that is adrenaline, and norepinephrine. So the similar group of hormones includes the dopamine, epinephrine, that is known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine. Now, what are the clinical features? Clinical features of pheochromocytoma. So as we know that these are the hormones that are released into the blood in response of physical and emotional stress. So these will be producing all those mechanisms that will be responsible for coping up with the physical and emotional stress. So in the clinical features, whenever a patient is coming to us, then how can we recognize that the patient is having pheochromocytoma? So we can recognize such patient by certain signs and symptoms. The signs and symptoms includes number one, hypertension. There will be hypertension. Hypertension will be paroxysmal or it can be sustained. And this can arise suddenly, lasting for a few minutes to hours. And this hypertension, it is brought by the emotional strain or palpitation of the abdomen. So there can be sudden change in the posture, such as lying or on one side of the body or other side of the bed at night. So there can be hypertension, there can be a sudden rise of the temperature, hypertension, blood pressure, and it can be brought on by the emotional strain or palpation of the abdomen. So catecholamines that are released, it can be associated with hypertension, and it can be released with slightest emotional strain, or whenever a patient is being palpated for the abdomen. There can be sudden change in posture, like lying on one side of the bed or other side at night. The symptoms, what are the symptoms with which the patient can present to us for catecholamines, pheochromocytoma? This includes headache. The patient can present with headache because it is associated with hypertension. So the patient can have headache, there can be sweating, excessive sweating, palpitation. Palpitation is very important. So the patient can present with headache, there can be sweating, excessive sweating, palpitations. The patient can be pale, there can be pallor with nausea, excessive nausea, tremors and weaknesses. So there can be symptoms of headache, there can be sweating, palpitations, there can be pallor, nausea, tumor and weakness. The patient can also complain of the anxiety. There can be a lot of anxiety with epigastric pain. So the patient can be very much anxious with epigastric pain, and there can be chest pain and dyspnea. So in the clinical features of pheochromocytoma, there can be chest pain and dyspnea with constipation and sustained hypertension. The sustained hypertension is a very important feature. The tumor secreting adrenaline or noradrenaline constantly causing persistent hypertension. So the tumor that is constantly producing adrenaline and noradrenaline will definitely produce persistent hypertension in the individual. So let me revise all the symptoms. Because of the hypertension, there can be headache. The patient can complain of persistent headache. There can be sweating. So there can be headache, there can be sweating, palpitations, excessive palpitations can be there. The patient can become pallor with nausea. There can be nausea and tremors with weaknesses. There can be anxiety with epigastric pain. The patient can be very much anxious and there can be epigastric pain with chest pain and dyspnea. The patient can be constipated and there can be sustained hypertension. So because of the tumors of the adrenal gland, or adrenaline or noradrenaline is constantly released that will produce persistent hypertension. So the symptoms include headache, sweating, palpitations, pallor, nausea, tremors, weakness, anxiety, epigastric pain, chest pain and dyspnea, constipation, sustained hypertension. So these are the features of pheochromocytoma. Now, how to diagnose a case of pheochromocytoma that is coming to us? The diagnosis is done by the increased free level of catecholamines or the metabolites of the urine, metabolites in the urine. So in the urine, you can check for the increased level of the free catecholamine or the metabolites, and CT and MRI can be done for the diagnosis of the tumors in the adrenal or in the abdominal cavity. Now let's discuss about the treatment. What is the treatment of the pheochromocytoma? Because this is a tumor, so we have to surgically remove that tumor. So surgical removal of the tumor can be done, and pre-operative therapy to minimize the risk of the perceptuous hypertension during surgery, and beta blockers to reduce the hypertension can be given before the surgery. So we can do the surgery, and before the surgery, we have to minimize the chances of any kind of damage by reducing the blood pressure. So hypertension has to be removed and beta blockers are given for before the surgery. So this was all about the pheochromocytoma. For the diagnosis of pheochromocytoma, we were looking for the free catecholamines and metabolites in the urine, and CT and MRI of the tumor was done. And for the treatment, we are removing it surgically. So surgical removal of the tumor was necessary, and before the surgery, the blood pressure was to be reduced. Now, there are certain more clinical features that I want to discuss with you regarding pheochromocytoma. So let me discuss again with you the clinical features. Pheochromocytoma, as we all know, it is due to the tumor that is found in the adrenal gland, that is in the chromaffin cells that are secreting catecholamines. So normally catecholamines are secreted in response to the stress and emotional disturbances, and it protect the body from the condition of stress and any kind of stressful condition. So there are a lot of symptoms. If it is more secreted, if it is secreted at a very greater level, then you will observe a lot of signs and symptoms. So let me revise you more signs and symptoms of the pheochromocytoma. So we have discussed about the sign that hypertension is the most important sign of pheochromocytoma. And associated with the hypertension, we have also discussed about sweating. We have discussed about headache, palpitations, anxieties. But there are many other symptoms that are mentioned in many other books related to pheochromocytoma. So let us have a quick review of the signs and symptoms related to the pheochromocytoma. First of all, we are going to discuss about the signs. So in the signs, we can have hypertension. There can be, this hypertension can be paroxysmal or sustained. Means if this hypertension can be for some time, that is occurring in the paroxysm, or it can be sustained, means persistent hypertension can be seen in the patient with the pheochromocytoma. There can be tachycardia, means increased heart rate, and there can also be reflex bradycardia. So we can have a patient with tachycardia, and we can also have a patient with the reflex bradycardia. There can be excessive sweating. Sweating we have already discussed. Hypertension. Hypertension can be of two types. It can be paroxysmal, it can be sustained. There can be tachycardia. There can be reflex bradycardia with sweating. The patient can have hyperglycemia, that is increased blood sugar level because in response to the stressful condition. There can be postural hypotension. The patient can become pellar because of the hypotension, because of the bradycardia. The patient can be pellar, or there can be flushing of the face. There can be blood loss. Blood loss can be seen in certain patients with decreased peristalsis. This decreased peristalsis will be responsible for the constipation that we are going to see in pheochromocytoma. There can be tachypnea. So these are the signs of hypertension, paroxysmal or sustained hypertension. There can be tachycardia, reflex bradycardia. There can be sweating, hyperglycemia, postural hypotension, pellar, flushing, weight loss, decreased peristalsis, and tachypnea. There are certain symptoms. The symptoms include the headache. This we have already discussed. There can be palpitations. Anxiety can be there. There can be nervousness and tremulousness. The patient can feel very much weak with fatigue. There can be a lot of fatigue with nausea and vomiting. There can be faintness because it was associated with pellar. So there can be faintness. And there can also be different type of visual disturbances that can be seen in the patient. There can be various paresthesias, means abnormal sensations on the skin, bowel disturbances, which includes constipation because of the decreased peristaltic movement, and the patient can also present with the pain abdomen. So the symptoms includes headache, palpitations, anxiety, nervousness, tremulousness, weakness, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, faintness, visual disturbances, paresthesias, and bowel disturbance with abdominal pain. So this is all about pheochromocytoma. For diagnosis of the pheochromocytoma, we can go for CT or MRI, or we can also check for the free catecholamines or metabolites in the urine. For the treatment point of view, we have to remove the tumor wherever it is located, that is elicited by the CT or MRI. And before resection or going for the surgery, we have to reduce the blood pressure of the patient by prescribing beta blockers. So this is all about pheochromocytoma. I believe you must have understood this session properly. If you have any query, you can write in the comment box. And you can also go through the book and you can check for the various things that are given related to the pheochromocytoma. Because I've already told you, I have not covered each and everything in this particular topic. So this was all for today. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I believe you must have understood the session properly. And if you have any query, please mention in the comment box and I'll try to resolve it. So this was all for today. Thank you very much. Have a good day. We will be meeting in the next lecture with a new topic. Thank you.